Hey everyone, do you want to know how you can create a football match inside of Roblox Studio where the score automatically updates when the ball goes into the goal and resets the ball so you can play again? Today I'm going to show you how you can easily create this system and incorporate it into your own game. Also, I just want to quickly mention you can download all of my tutorial files on my Patreon. By becoming a patron, you'll get exclusive access and support my work. I will put the link in the description if you want to check it out. So first of all, we're going to make our ball, so head over to the workspace and insert a part. We're going to rename this part to ball, like this. You need to spell it exactly like this or the code won't recognize it. We're going to change the shape to a ball, so go into the properties, select shape and change it to ball. Now we're going to increase the size a little bit, so we can use the scale tool and make it a little bit bigger. Now we can also disable anchors, or when playing the game the ball won't move. Let's insert a part into workspace. This is going to be our goal, so we can move it over here to the other side of the field. Now let's use the scale tool to increase the size, and we can make it a little bit longer and change the height a little bit. So this looks good. Now we can rename it to Team 1. You need to spell it like this. Now let's change the brick color to red, so this will become the red team. And let's increase the transparency a little bit to 0.4, looks good. Now we need to create the other goal, so we're going to select it and duplicate it. Now let's move it over to the other side of the field. Make sure it's even. And now what we're going to do is we're going to change the color. So go to brick color and change it to blue. So we have a red and a blue team. And we're also going to rename this to Team 2. Okay, now let's go over to replicated storage and insert a remote event. And we're going to rename this event to goal. Now let's go over to server script service and insert a script. Okay, so first let's remove this right here. First we're going to create our variables. So we're going to say local goal equals game but replicated storage, wait for child, goal. So this is the event that we created inside of replicated storage. Now we're going to make a reference to our goals. So you can say local team 1 equals game.workspace, wait for child, team 1. Now for team 2 we're going to do the same thing. So local team 2 equals game.workspace, wait for child, team 2. And we also created our ball, so we're going to say local ball equals game.workspace, wait for child, ball. Okay, so now we want to save the original position of the ball. That's the position that the ball is currently in. So you can say local original position equals ball.position. Because this runs immediately when the game is started, it will take the position of the ball on that moment and save it inside of original position. This will be used when we reset the ball, so we know where to reset it to. Now we also want to keep track of the score of the game, so we can say local points equals open and close, and we can say 0,0. This basically means for every value that we have in here, that will be the value, the score of a team. So we're going to say and create a function to reset the ball. So we can say local function reset ball. And we want to change the C frame of our ball back to the original position that we saved. So we can say ball.cFrame equals cFrame.new original position. Now, why we use cFrame.new? It's because original position, it's a vector 3, and ball.cFrame, it's of the type cFrame. So we need to convert this into a cFrame. That's why I use cFrame.new. Now we want to detect whenever the ball touches the goal. So we can say team1.touched connects function hits, like this. And now we need to verify if what hit the goal is actually the ball. So we can just say if hits equals ball, then, and here we can execute some code if it's the ball that hit the goal. So now we're going to change the points. So points square brackets 1 equals points square brackets 1 plus 1. So we're changing the points to a new points value, and for this we're going to get the current one and do it plus 1. Now we also want to fire goal to all the clients, so we can say goal fire all clients points. So we're passing the points, the updated points, and sending them to every client so they can update their label later. And after this, we're going to reset the ball. Now we want to do the same thing for the other goals, so we can just copy this. So copy and paste. However, it's not team 1 that has to be touched, but team 2. And we do not want to change the points, these points here, the first one, we want to change the second one. So we can say points 2 equals points 2 plus 1. And for the rest we're going to do the same. Now this goal remote event, it updates the label, but when a player joins the game, we want to also send them the current score. So we can say game.players.player added connect function player. So player passes the player that just joined the game, so we can say goal fire client player. So this will basically execute goal on the client of the player that just joined, so they can update and make their own label ready for the games. Okay, so we can close the script by using the little close icon here. So now let's create our label. So we're going to go to starter GUI and insert a screen GUI. Let's insert a text label into the screen GUI like this. And we're going to change a few properties. So first let's change our size. We can maybe change this to 300 or maybe 370 on the x-axis and to 100 on the y-axis. I think that looks good. Now we can change it to be on the middle of the screen. So we're gonna say 0.5, 0, 0.1, 0. However, it's a little bit off center. This is because the anchor point is not in the middle. So anchor point 0.5, 0.5, which sets it to the center. And we're also going to set the background transparency to 1. Now let's change the text a little bit. So we can set text scale to true, change the text color to white, and we can also say 0 minus 0 as a text. Now we can maybe make it bold. That looks good. And now we created the text label. So we're going to insert a local script into the text label. Okay, so let's remove this. So first we're going to create a variable which contains the event that we created inside of replicated storage. So local goal equals game.replicated storage wait for child goal. Now we're going to create a function which updates the points on the screen. So local function set points, and then in these brackets we're going to say points. Now we're going to say script dot parent, which is the text label, dot text equals points, square brackets 1, points, points, and then we're going to say these little quotation marks, add a space, a minus, another space, and we're going to add another 2 of these dots, so points and points 2. Now what this does is it takes the score of the first team, so points 1, adds a minus in between, so it appends this this little string right here to these points, and then we're going to get the points of the second team, which we're going to append to this this right here. Now we want to actually run the function, so we're going to say goal dot on client events connects function points. Now we're going to run the function, so set points with the points that we just got from the server. Now we can close the script right here with the close icon. Okay, so now let's test the game out. Go to the play icon and we can walk on the ball and it works normally. So yes, the score gets added, and when you go into the other goal, the score of the other team updates and the ball resets. However, as you can see, the ball still can fly off the map. So to fix this, you can optionally go to workspace and insert a parts. We can change the size of these parts, so it spans across the entire field like this. It doesn't need to be too high, but let's move it to the sides. And we're going to make it transparent, so set transparency to 1. And just for organization purposes, we are going to rename it to border, so you can later find it again if you want to remove it or keep it. Let's duplicate it, move it to the other side, and now if we test the game, the ball should be able to bounce off the sides. So let's close the windows over here, and as you can see, I'm walking over the invisible parts, and the ball will bounce on the sides. Let me just show you here, like this. So the ball can no longer go outside of the field, and this can make the game a little bit more interesting and or challenging. So make sure to like if you enjoyed the video, and see you in the next one.